Good evening, you all. This is Ankur here, and I welcome you all to my YouTube channel, Technical Analysis, the Unbiased View. So, today on 4th of May, it's around 8 o'clock in the evening. This video is going to be extremely special for us because we're going to understand the impact of lockdown or mini lockdown on our auto sector. Why we are discussing it today? Because we know that in the month of April, the sales number were quite declined compared to the month of March. Before starting to the video, I'll quickly take you to a small presentation where you see compared to the sales in the month of March and April, the month of April has registered a decline, a huge decline by all the auto companies. And these are the seven auto companies which I have made a note which matters with respect to the index Nifty 50 or future derivatives. So Mahindra and Mahindra has registered a decline of 9.8%. Maruti has declined 4.3%. Tata Motor 41%. That's huge. And that's domestic sales data. Escorts, a tractor sale company, has registered a sales decline of 42% compared to the sales in March. Eicher 19%, and in Eicher here we are talking only about Royal Enfield. TVS Motors 30% and Hero MotoCorp 35.4%. So why that all of a sudden there is a huge decline in auto sales, whether it's two-wheeler or four-wheeler? What is the reason behind it? The reason is only this is a new financial year and people don't invest much after the month of March. Is it the story? No, that is not the story. Most of us are worried about whether there will be nationwide lockdown or not, which can lead into a deeper financial problem with respect to the GDP or the local retail and a different layers. However, let me show you a data quickly, which I have made, and the data suggests that today, as of now, when we are talking, there are 10 states under the mini lockdown or a strict lockdown, right? And where there are good amount of restrictions imposed. So, which are these 10 states? As you can see, Delhi, J&K, Uttar Pradesh, Maharashtra, Kerala, Karnataka, Telangana, Jharkhand, Goa, Haryana. So, these are the 10 states right now which are facing a lockdown kind of a situation and a strict imposed rules, and people are restricted to do their daily activity what they were doing couple of months back. Now if you see the population of these 10 states, it comes close to 54.3 crores. And what is the population of India as of now? As per the records, is 139 crores. So my dear friends, if you see, almost 40%, 39 to 40% of population is already under the lockdown. And out of these 10 states, Delhi, Maharashtra, Uttar Pradesh, these are the consumers. These are the larger states in India. There are part and parcel places in Rajasthan, in Madhya Pradesh also, which are under lockdown, right? So almost 40, more than 40%, if I include the pockets, these are the places where the mini lockdown, or you can say the lockdown or the restriction has been imposed, which is restricting people to do their daily activities with respect to the business earnings and all that. This is why we are seeing a crisis. So whether there is a nationwide lockdown or not doesn't really matter. 50% of the population is directly under the lockdown, and 50% is indirectly under the lockdown. They are restricting themselves on a day-to-day activity. So based on this population data and the April data of all the auto companies, which matters in Nifty 50 and futures, let's have a quick glance on all the charts and understand where we can have a entry point for a long-term investment. So right now we are on the chart of Escorts. Escorts is a tractor company, right? They manufacture tractor. Now, Escorts has also faced a good hit. Why? Because Escort has sold 6,979 tractors in the month of April 2021 compared to 12,200 in March. You see, there's a huge decline. And what Mr. Vinkesh Gulati, the president of Federation Automobile Dealers Association, has to say, he has accepted that the commercial vehicle demand has been hit badly, right? And he expects that the demand may bounce back once the lockdown eases. And he is also attached two-wheeler along with the commercial vehicles. And as we know that the Maruti plant has shut till 9th of May for the oxygen requirement for medical needs, Hero MotoCorp and Toyota Kirloskar have also shut their plants temporarily due to the COVID surge. So this is the current situation, and let's see. I mean, how things goes in the month of April, May. That will have a a wider perspective. But why I'm discussing it today, because most of us thinks that when the stock declined in a good momentum, then the people start entering it aggressively, how far it will go below, right? That's a wrong perspective in the market. That's a very wrong, that how far it can fall and how long it can go. So there is no, you cannot predict, you can't time, you can't predict the market. So let's understand technically whatever the minimum available data knowledge we have, based on that where could be the good entry points in the entire auto sector. So with respect to the escorts, as you can see, there's a huge decline ever since it was 1468, and right now the stock is 1123. Now where is the support? Where is the support? As we see, the support for the stock as of now, is 118 and 1075. And day before yesterday, the stock fell and it moved back from that zone, right? As you can see, it has created some kind of a morning star pattern. So the channel, in escorts is, the larger channel is bit from 122, sorry, 1211, and the below is 1075, correct? So escorts will have a good momentum, a good spurt once it gives a breakout of 1211. And if stocks falls below 118, 1118, then the support is, 1077 and 988. I have my doubt whether the stock can come to 988 or not, but nobody knows. But still, it is my job that we should know the levels where we can have a good accumulation. So the stock has given a closing of 123. The accumulation starts at 1077 and between 1077 to 988, and Escort will give a good breakout above 1211. Now let's go to Mahindra and Mahindra quickly. Mahindra and Mahindra, uh, luckily, again it's little better placed. It's better placed compared to Escorts. Why I'm saying so? Because it has not still breached 200 moving average, and the immediate support for the stock is 720, and below 720, the accumulation zone for a long-term investment is 648, and below that is 570. Although it has created a death crossover between the 20 exponential moving average and 60 exponential moving average, still until and unless it goes below 200 moving exponential average and it goes below 684, after that there's no problem. In case it breaks the 200 exponential moving average, which is 720 as of now, and the structural support 684, then the stock may fall up to 569. So you should have an accumulation in Mahindra and Mahindra between 684 to 570, right? And until unless it is holding and moves above 743, then you should definitely start investing and go long in Mahindra and Mahindra for a medium term. Now coming back to, going to another stock is Maruti Suzuki. Maruti Suzuki is little scary because it has created a death crossover जहाँ पे 20 exponential moving average as well as 60 exponential moving average has cut the 200 exponential moving averages from above. So as of now, if Maruti slips below 6500, the next support is only 6180, and after that it can fall up to 5666. So Maruti, I would suggest that let it settle above 6510 for a week or 2 weeks, and then you observe, and then it should come above at least 20 moving exponential average, so that you can start accumulating Maruti. As of now, there is no aggressive entry I see in Maruti. So Maruti is a hold for now. You can have an accumulation in Maruti if you see the stock close to 5600 or 6100. In that bracket, you can start accumulating for a medium to long term. Now coming to Aisha Motor. Aisha Motor, what it suggests us? Aisha Motor is suggesting that it is a classical head and shoulder pattern. It is a classical head and shoulder pattern, and it is again below 200 moving exponential average. Means all auto sector, you see what is reflecting in sales number is also reflecting in chart. So the sideways channel as of now for Aisha Motor is 2425 to 2020. So it has all the potential that it can go down up to 2020. So no aggressive entry as of now suggested in Aisha Motor. For a week or so, if it settles above 2425, then we'll talk about it and I'll point out in my channel. But the channel is open, the sideways channel, the journey is open till 2020, 2020. So Aisha Motor, I would say that have some patience, don't make a very aggressive entry right now. So what about TVS Motors? So what TVS Motor is suggesting is that TVS Motor stock, this chart is much better than compared to rest of the chart, right? This structure is very good. So the sideways motion in TVS Motor is between 582 on the lower side and 5 658 on the upper side. So it is on a sideways journey and it is in between exactly in the middle point as of now somewhere between 608. So you can accumulate TVS Motor, and if its fall slips below 528, it can you can have a good entry point at 500 520. So TVS Motor somehow looks good better compared to the rest of the charts we have discussed so far. Let's come to a favorite stock, Tata Motor, that most of the retailers have participated. So what Tata Motors suggests us? Tata Motors also, you can see, it's a classic and head and shoulder pattern, falling head and shoulder, and somehow it is maintaining the neckline. So Tata Motors, the nice accumulation could be around 278, and if it slips below 278, the good accumulation could be 229, right? So 229 is a price point. In case if we see 229 in Tata Motors, that is going to be a dream accumulation buying zone where we should absolutely attempt buying. As of now, it is a classical head and shoulder. Let's see, it has all the probabilities to break the neckline. It is holding somehow because Tata Motors sale is very diversified. It is not only subjective to India. It is UK, it's a lot of countries, China with respect to GLR, and China GLR is doing extremely well. So this is the stock. Uh, it has a good entry point. The channel right now is 310 to 278, and above 310, 328, and above 320 is a breakout, right? So Tata Motors, I would say, if it comes around 270, if it slips below 278 up to 229, you can have a good accumulation. It's a quite good chart. So I hope I have covered most of the chart. Hero Corp, right? I think this is what I have missed. I don't know. Okay. So yeah, Hero Corp. I don't know whether I've discussed this or not, but it is again in a sideways motion around 2744, and you can have an entry in Hero Motor, but start with a very small accumulation because here again there is a death crossover between the 20 and 200 exponential moving average, and it is an emerging death crossover between 60 and 200 exponential moving average. So if it slips below 2744, the stock can go all the way up to 2515 and then 2264. So 2264 is a dream value buying zone for the retailers or for the investors, which you can go along in Hero Corp if you get a stock around 2264. I don't see it slips below that. So it's a good correction as of now. But uh, for a breakout entry or for a month kind of a hold period or 2 month kind of a holding period, let Hero Corp cross 3020, and there you can have a quick spurt up to 32 3231 or 3300 or 3500. Correct. So as of now, it has started moving sideways after a fall. So let's see if it sustain 2744. But you can, I don't suggest you a very quick buying at this zone. If you want to buy, then better to wait till 3020. Correct. If it breaks 3020 on a closing basis someday or weekly, you can go ahead in that, or you can plan your entry from 2500 around. So I think we have discussed M&M, Maruti, Tata Escorts, uh, Aisha. Aisha, we have also discussed, right? So Aisha, we have also discussed. So Aisha and TVS Motor. So which is the best chart if you ask me? I would say TVS Motor and Tata Motors. These are the two charts where I see some relaxation, some comfort compared to rest of the charts, right? So Tata Motors and TVS Motors, I think they are ready for accumulation, and for others like Maruti, Mahindra, Escorts, Eicher, uh, we have to wait little. So my long-term pick for 2021, for 1 year kind of a holding period, would be Tata Motor and TVS. You can start accumulating at this zone only in the weakness, right? So they are the first to bounce back, and rest might take some little time. So I hope today's session is valuable to all of you. It would have added some sort of a more insight than what you read and what you get to know around. So keep watching, keep supporting Technical Analysis, the unbiased view. This is Ankur Singh. Please share your comments if anything else you want me to emphasize on auto sector. So this was a quick snapshot on the impact of lockdown or mini lockdown on our auto sector with respect to the decline we have seen in the sales number month of April compared to the March. So we have discussed Mahindra, Maruti, Tata, Escort, Eicher, TVS, Hero. So my pick would be Tata and TVS as of now. And for the rest, I would suggest you to wait or let the stock go 3 5%, 6% up, and from there you have your entry point. For the fresh accumulation, you can go ahead with Tata and TVS. So thank you all. Please do watch and subscribe and like it. Thank you.